What's a podcast? I like your show.
How did I get here? Welcome to the Shipe Sports Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Shipe Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Matthew Shipe, doing a two-man show tonight. It's just me and my co-host and producer, Paul. Paul, how are you doing?
Good, man.
Everyone else is out today. We have Brad, who's working, Guillermo, who's working, and my father just had surgery on his nose to remove a little bit of cancer. He's all right, though, so it's just me and Paul tonight. So, Paul, it's all us.
We're holding up the fort, man.
We're holding up the man cave. That's where we're live from. We're live from the man cave. We're going to start first with some happy news. Last week I talked about the Gatesburg High School baseball team, and they reached the state finals. Well, congratulations. The Gatesburg High School baseball team has won the Maryland 4A state champions, the first baseball state champs in Gatesburg history. So congrats to them. Congrats to Jeff Raberman and all those kids. Great job. They won.
Who's the pitcher? I was reading the article. His name was...
I have to go look at it again.
Let me see, because apparently he did a really great job.
Yeah, they had three pitchers pitch today. I know one of their players, if you looked in the Washington Post, apparently didn't shave throughout the whole season until they won the championship, and they brought a razor on to shave him after they won the title. So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool sight. I didn't get down there to look at it. You know, it was late for me. I was working. Oh, there you go. Paul's pulling it up right now.
Yeah, hold on. I had it. Let's see, the Post or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't think it's not going to show his name, but apparently he did great. He did
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, this team was average, I think it was Savannah Park they played. They were averaging 9 runs per game, and they only held them to 3. So, I mean, that's a great job from all their pitching staff, defense. I mean, the hitting. I mean, everything worked for them there. Everything went their way. So, congrats to them.
Filletti.
Yeah.
Filletti?
I think.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if he's the one who committed to Maryland or Virginia, but I know he's a junior. I know he gets his top 2 pitchers back next year, but one is Maryland, that's him. The other one is Virginia. I don't know which one's which. I have to ask my dad, the coach, when he comes back.
Right.
But, I mean, they're juniors, and they've already committed, so they're going to have a great rotation next year. And I even compared them to when I was in school there. They had this duo. I mean, I don't know if they may be better than this duo, but it was a duo there called Ian Marshall and Austin Hurd, which were 1 and 2 pitchers. When I went to school there, I believe it was a freshman and sophomore, and they were just as dominant as they are.
Wow.
So, I mean, Gatesburg baseball has a long history of great pitching. You had Kevin Brady, who was a year behind me in high school, signed at Clemson, went on to get drafted by the Phillies. I don't know if he's still in their organization or not, but, I mean, he was playing in minor league baseball. So, I mean, Gatesburg has a very good history of pitching, and it continues throughout the year. They just find a way to find pitching. I mean, people want to come to Gatesburg. When they move in this area, it's like, you know, when people move here for football, they want to go to QO.
Yeah.
But when baseball kids come here, they want to go to Gatesburg. I mean, they'll be like, all right, cool. I want to live in this area to go to Gatesburg. So it's great for the program, great for the school, and congratulations to them.
Yeah. Are they losing a lot of people this year?
I don't think they are. I think.
So they're going to have a good run at it next year.
Oh, yeah. They have a chance. He has a chance to repeat.
Nice.
So not bad winning your first state title, and then repeating next year would be great to go. Hopefully, try to contact the coach this week to get him on the show. Got the wrong number. Ended up calling some random person who probably was wondering who the hell I was, leaving them text messages and voicemails.
I don't know baseball. What are you talking about?
So I'm going to try to get one of the coaches on next week to talk about it.
Right.
Also, one of the other coaches, also the football coach. Maybe we can get some football talk from him as well. So next week, I'm going to try my best for the 20th episode next week to maybe get our first guest.
Yeah.
That's not a family member or friend, an actual coach or something.
That'd be awesome.
Not saying my dad's a real coach. I'm saying like a guest of us.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So it'd be kinda cool.
Not the original crew, right?
Yeah. First, I want to start with the Nationals again. I mean, they're just still in first place. Bryce Harper, 13 home runs in his last 19 games. He is just on a tear. Jason Stark, who writes for ESPN, their head baseball writer, declared him the quarter MVP. I guess, you know, they give quarter halves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The quarter Cy Young, he also gave the Matt Scherzer, the pitcher of the Nationals, who has the most stupidest stat ever. He's 4-2. In his 4 wins, his ERA is 1.66, which is great.
Yeah.
And his losses, his ERA is 1.22. So he's actually pitching better when they lose. They can't win. This guy should be 8-0. He shouldn't even have a loss right now. He should have won all his games, but errors, hitting, stuff like that. But to have a 1.22 as your ERA and your losses is ridiculous.
That's funny.
It's crazy. You got Drew Storm now, who's leading the NL in saves. I believe he's leading the league in saves. Harper and Nelson Cruz, who's in the AL, are battling out for the top home run guy. Denard Span's hitting some bombs. I mean, I think he already eclipsed his total of home runs from last year, and we're only this far into the season.
Right.
Harper's eclipsed all his totals, but I mean, he's been playing hurt back and forth. Bad news for the Nationals today was they found out Jason Worth has 2 fractures in his wrist and could be out until August. First they thought it was a bruise and he'd be out maybe a couple weeks or so, but a couple weeks just turned into 3, almost basically 3 months.
What did he do?
When he was see, I don't have a chance for him to switch cameras to someone else where I can take a drink real quick. So this is
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
He got hit with the ball when he was batting. Someone hit him right in the wrist, and I guess it just fractured. I mean, they come that
damn.
quick in to where, that can happen. And it's the same
sucks.
wrist that he broke a couple of years ago. I was at the game when he broke it. He did a sliding catch, and it bent back. So it's the same wrist. So obviously, he, I don't know if it's re-injured because of that or it was fragile because of that, but it's the same thing.
All right. Well,
Too bad y'all can't see what Paul's drinking.
let's see.
He's drinking Samuel Adams.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not bad.
No, I'm drinking
It's
the good
actually
one.
pretty good.
Yeah. We might as well talking baseball. Baseball, you drink beers when we go to the games. I went to the game last Saturday. We said the Diamond Club. I'd like to thank Ms. Philbin, whose husband is Mr. Philbin is the head trainer for the Nationals. I want to thank you for those tickets. They were amazing. We were in the Diamond Club, which is
Is that right? Like behind
right behind the plate. But included with the Diamond Club is the Diamond Club Lounge, where you go and you get free food, free drinks and beer throughout the entire game. You get like cups, you get like Blue Moon, stuff like that.
Fancy.
And the kind of food you get in there is you have like pork barbecue.
Yeah.
You have like oven roasted turkey. You had roast beef.
They're not messing around. They're
Oh,
not doing
God,
like
no,
hot
it was-
dogs
it
and
was-
like
it was-
chicken strips.
Oh no, they had their own little table for the hot dogs and sausages, but those are the main course.
But you get more of that stuff.
You get
That's
desserts.
awesome. I've only had one. I've been to like a couple baseball games, like in the well, we used to have season tickets to the Orioles, so that was fun. But that was just regular seats or what have you. I've been to a couple games that we were like club level, but nothing crazy. But my wife got me Redskin tickets for my birthday a few years ago, and we were actually in the dream seats. That's the only experience I've ever had for like royalty type of seating, but that was awesome. They had the free food and everything like that. It was like the first 3 rows of in the field, so that was super cool, man.
Well, the first time I got the seats was I won a pair of tickets on the Fan,
Nice.
and me and my fiance went. I was like, oh, Diamond Club, see what this, and we go again. And we're like, all right, so what do you get? Well, you get all that all inclusive, and you get drinks and unlimited stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was averaging a Blue Moon an inning
Nice.
until the 8th inning when they said, oh, we don't have any oranges. I was like, don't want any more. I need oranges. It doesn't taste the same for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
But-
I think it's actually brewed with a little bit of orange.
When you get to the seats, they have menus there, and I'm like, oh crap! Now I'm gonna have to spend money, and I'm like, all right, so how much do I pay for everything? Oh, everything's free except for the mid drinks. I'm like, so you're telling me burgers, everything's free? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, one of everything, please.
I mean, how can you not, dude? It's just when they have like catering going on at like these games I've been to for like work and stuff like that. It's just you just go crazy.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you have the freedom to go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you experience every day, so I take full advantage of it. That's for sure.
Look at me, I'm going against talking about the show now, talking about food. Thanks a lot, Paul. Look what you did.
It's all right.
So the Nationals are rolling. A lot of teams are now rolling, and the Houston Astros, who I thought were gonna start going back down to reality, are still rolling. They're still in first place by now 6 games. The Orioles, who were looking at the bottom, they're starting to come back up to third now. So that that race is still going to be tight for the rest of the year. It seems like. I mean, it's going to be a great season. I mean, I'm loving it. The Nationals, the Mets are still right behind them, but I'm hoping with them getting going, hopefully they'll get a nice little streak going, and you're looking at burgers.
Yeah. No, my wife's going to pick me up something, so I got to give her something. But the Nats are what's their record right now?
They're 28-19. That's after starting with a really low start. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. I think in the last 12 or 13 games, they've only lost those 2 games. And of course, the game I go to, what do you think happened?
They lost.
They lost. Hey, I want to talk about that real quick. Steven Strasburg, you're the number 1 pick a couple years ago. You came into the league with 14 strikeouts. You were the most hyped man in baseball. You were the number 1 pitcher last year for the Nationals. You were the game 1 starter for the playoffs finally. And you absolutely stink this year. He has like the 2nd worst ERA in the league. I think it's like over 6. He had all this hyped on him this year. I mean, this is why
What's happening with him?
I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's mechanics. It's obviously something.
It sounds like such a just fall from what.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, if you look at it, this thing, where's the camera? It's going from here to down here, and it's just, it's little spikes, but it's not getting back up there, and it's just, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it's mentally he's not there or what, but a couple years ago they had the same problem with Dan Herron, and he was they brought him in to hopefully anchor the rotation, be like the 5th, 4th starter. He was struggling. They put him on the DL for about 15 days. He came back and he was a better pitcher. So it wasn't the point to where, you put Strasburg in the DL to get his mind going, to get him where he needs to be, or what? Because they need to figure this out, because it's almost like your other 4 pitchers are doing great, and you're trotting him out there every 5 days, and you're almost expecting a loss when that shouldn't be in his case. It should be, all right, Strasburg's up. We're going to get a win. Like, this rotation was supposed to be win, 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 not win, win. Strasburg pitching loss, win. You're not, your third guy's not supposed to be taking losses like this. Mm-hmm. I mean, Tanner Roark did a start for Pfister on Monday because Pfister's hurt a little bit. Okay. Roark pitched amazing. Like, it's almost like, well, let's just keep him in there while I put Strasburg back.
Yeah.
So, and he got blown up by a horrible Phillies team. Now, this Phillies team that blew him up.
Strasburg, right?
Yeah, they're one of the worst run scoring teams in the league. I mean, I think they're in the bottom half, and they're 19-30, and they put up 8 runs on them almost.
Oh, God.
I mean, they took him out before it got bad.
Yeah.
A.J. Cole came in and did a great job as a rookie, but, I mean, it was horrible. And you almost get to the point now where, talking to Brad, do you trade him? Do you not sign him when it's over with? I mean, do you give Zimmerman? I'm almost at the point where give Zimmerman the money, and when Strasburg's time, go ahead, Yankees. You want him because they'll go after him. Take the guy. I mean, it's almost to the point where I'd rather keep Zimmerman than Strasburg.
Yeah.
And, it's sad to say.
Well, how's Zimmerman doing? I guess
he's doing. I mean, he struggled the first 3, and now he's rolling. He's getting wins now.
Okay.
Pfister's always going to be Pfister, ground ball hitter. Gio's up and down, but Gio will give you those solid innings. Scherzer's just lights out.
What if he turns it around? What if he's finds his niche
then
again?
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, you want that. You want the second half of the season or the rest of the way. Maybe he's pitching, below a 3 ERA, but until I see it, I'm gonna be scared every time he goes to pitch, and it's sad to say that about him.
Yeah, because I remember when he came in, he was such a great prospect, and I guess he did really well for the first.
And then his arm, he had the arm surgery, but he was still last year. He did great, but I don't know what they're gonna do. Speaking of great players, I mean, just continue on Bryce Harper. I mean, he's just seeing the ball. I mean, it's just he's on pace for 16 home runs, which hasn't been done since I think Bonds maybe.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And you know what? I had a couple people. Facebook, Twitter, the idiots. They're like, oh, maybe he's juicing. No, dumbasses. He's healthy.
Yeah.
That's the big thing this year. Harper is healthy.
He's young.
Healthy. Yeah. Oh, well, he didn't do that. He's 22 years old. That means he was 19 when he came in the league. Do you really think a 19-year-old is going to go out and just bomb 50 home runs?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
He's matured. He's learned how to hit. He's patient. Now, last year or 2 years ago, when there was a ball outside the plate or low, you would see him swing because he's aggressive. Now he's seen the ball better. He leads the league in walks, and that says a lot. Usually, okay. I mean, before he would lead the league in strikeouts or something like that, but he's seen the ball better, and he just has a natural pop. Now, anyone who says, well, has he always been this big or whatever, go on YouTube. I want you to type up, all the listeners, I want you to type up Bryce Harper Home Run Derby High School. This is when he was in high school. He's in the National Powerhouse Showcase, and they did this at Tropicana Field, which is a baseball stadium for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays down in Tampa.
Okay.
Use aluminum bat, so you're going to get some more pop.
Yeah.
This is when he was 15, 16 years old. He hit the ball on almost the top of the stadium in the catwalk, and that's in the dome. Like, he hit one 461 feet at this young of age. His bat speed was I think they said his highest was 121 miles per hour. That means when you make contact, your swing is 121. And you want to tell me he's not that powerful?
Yeah.
Go look at his tape when he was young.
Yeah.
He's always been like this. He's always been big. He's just finally learning how to be a complete hitter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going for the bomb every time. He's getting singles, doubles. I mean, this is what they wanted him to do, and he's becoming that complete player.
Yeah.
So there's no steroids. It's him maturing, and he's only 22, so he can only get better.
Right.
Like we said last week, when the comparison between him and Trout, he's finally at the age where Trout was at when Trout was starting to blossom. I mean, Trout's still older than him, but he's coming to that age to where Trout blossomed. Because you remember, Trout probably matured more, earlier than him. Okay. Because of the age difference. So that's what's happening. His age is finally catching up to him where he's maturing, and it probably helps having Matt Williams as a manager. So Matt Williams was a big hitter, is probably giving him some advice.
Yeah.
So all this talk of steroids and this and that, just shut up. He's healthy.
Well, what
He's-
else are they
he's-
going to say? You know, he's like,
You hate to say that he's older now because he's only 22, but he's a veteran. And he's not a veteran, but he's a seasonal player now, and he's healthy.
yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, this team's going to win.
It'd be stupid. And especially, I mean, I guess players are still doing it and just not coming out. But the like to be that good, to have that much like light shine on him, and people are watching him like a hawk. For him to be like juicing or doing steroids or whatever would just be dumb. And he's
Yeah,
probably
but
a
I
lot
don't-
smarter
I don't
than
think
that.
he is. I think it's just people are just stupid.
Yeah,
But
but
I
he's
mean-
doing great. It's pretty awesome to watch. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, just to watch him play. You're sitting. I'm sitting at home, and sometimes I watch the game. Sometimes I'm not. I'm doing something else, watching a movie or something. And I look at my cell phone. It's like, oh, National scored. You look at it, Harper home run. Like I swear to God, every single night, Harper home run, Harper home run. And my fiance loves him. I'm like, babe, guess what? Harper hit a home run. Yeah, pretty much. That's what you're looking at now is home run Harper, and it's amazing what he's doing, and I'm hoping he stays healthy through the whole year. I mean, Ryan Zimmerman's starting to hit the ball now. Desmond's finally coming around. I think he has a 12-game hit streak. Ramos is hitting. Escobar has been everything they want. I mean, Denard Span is hitting home runs now.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will be like, well, what's he doing? I mean, he's hitting 5 now. Okay, whatever. He's on pace for 20. Good for him. He's not going to get there. He's just having a good... I mean, they're probably facing bad pitching, or I don't know. He's just getting balls to hit. I mean, leadoff guys don't normally hit home runs, so sometimes pitchers will go at them softer, and when he gets a hold of one, it's going to go.
Yeah, let him. I mean, crush it.
I mean, with Jason Worth out, I'm not really concerned because you have Michael Taylor, who is a great rookie. With Worth out, Taylor to maybe emerge as a Rookie of the Year candidate. He may have a chance to win that now, and I'm hoping that he does. But you also have like Clint Robinson, people behind him that can fill in. Tyler Moore, who can also crush the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler Moore's come in twice in games that hit home runs as pinch hitters or something. So good for him.
Oh, damn, nice. Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you
I
gonna
was going to ask more about the team and the record and stuff like that. I was going to ask like, what do you see them finishing the season at like around what record? I mean, if they're on pace the way they are now,
I'm gonna let's see. They're 9 games above 500. So if you play 500 ball the rest of the way, I think you finish 81 because they're 162 games. So you would finish 90 wins.
okay.
You can put it on paper if you want. I'm gonna go 96 wins.
If I had a pen, I'd do it. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit.
Way to go. I'm gonna go 96 wins is what they'll get. 96 or better. I wish Brad and them were here to debate that, but I'm gonna go 96 wins.
That's so what teams who are usually in the running for playoffs, that's
about average.
Is that average for them?
Yeah, I mean, but you'll get some divisions that are horrible and they get like 92, 91 wins. It all depends what kind of year people are having.
Uh-huh.
Like St. Louis is 31-16, so they're going to finish around the 90. They're going to finish above 90 wins.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to have teams like Houston, who's 30-18. They may keep up, they may not. I mean, you have like the Yankees who are winning their division 25-22. That's horrible. Their division may be won by 88 or 89 wins.
And that's bad.
That's
Okay.
sucks. So
Well, it's good to see that the Yankees are doing awful.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Wizards and the Capitals, their season wrapped up in misery, but, we got the Nationals now winning, and it's great to see that. I hope that they just run away with this now, and hopefully they have the division wrapped up by August or early September so they can start taking a cool down with some of their players, resting them. But I feel like in baseball, you shouldn't rest players, as I feel like it may affect you in the playoffs. Just Harper's hitting home runs. Keep them going out there. Keep them playing. I mean, give them maybe give them like once a week off, maybe once every 2 weeks. But, I mean, he hasn't had a day off, I don't think, in a long time. But keep them going. Keep them rolling.
Yeah. Maybe take them out one game out of every series or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe something. Well, no. That's too much.
That's too much.
Maybe one every couple series.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to take them out one every series. Before we hit the break, I'm going to talk about the UFC fights real quick. We had 2 title fights this weekend. We had the UFC middleweight. Why isn't it coming out?
I saw the hype for that fight.
The Wedman, Belfort, and like Cormier, Johnson. Like I told you, Cormier stepped in because John Jones decided he wanted to be a dumbass and hit a pregnant woman and then just leave.
Yeah.
He's such an idiot. Like, I hate to say the F-bomb, but you're a fucking idiot. You had the whole world Like, you had everything laid out for you in front of a platter, and then you're going to go and do something stupid like that. Like, what are you thinking? You're the best fighter in the world. Got all these sponsorships, all this money, all because you want to go out and friggin' smoke some. You're so stupid.
Yeah.
But you had Chris Weidman, who knocked out Vitor Belfort in the first round. KO, TKO. Really, Belfort got a good hit on him to begin the fight. But Weidman just fought back, finally got him on his back, and Weidman knocked him out. And, Weidman talked shit to him during the pre-fight weigh-ins.
Oh, geez.
Said, you're a damn cheater, your testosterone level's way above what it should be, and I'm younger than you, and just backed it up.
Wow.
And then in the main fight, Anthony Johnson and Daniel Cormier made him submission in the third round with rear naked choke. Johnson had a few blows in the first round, but he's not a really good grappler or wrestler like Daniel is.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel finally got him to the ground, and that was it. And it's funny that Johnson had the one knockdown, but you look at the strike difference. Daniel still had 70, and Anthony Johnson had 28. So it was a big strike difference.
Wow.
Like in the Weidman fight, Weidman had 50 and Belfort had 19, but that's only one round. These guys went 3 rounds, and Cormier just used his wrestling skills.
Damn, rear naked choke out, man. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So the next big fight I really can't wait for it to come up is going to be the Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo fight. I mean, everyone's been waiting for this fight for a long time. These guys have just been talking shit to each other. Anywhere they go, they just talk shit to each other. And
I love it when these fights get charged up like that, these fighters, because then it's just so much, and many like. So, I mean, that's what I liked about the MMA is that when these fighters get all charged up and they start, talking shit to each other and da-da-da-da, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a phenomenal fight. That last, percentage or whatever it's going to be, it's a good fight. But we're like boxing, there's a lot of shit talking, and then they can just, like the fight that we saw, of course, everybody saw.
There was a fight?
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like nothing. In MMA, you're always going to have a relatively decent fight at the best.
I can't wait for this fight. These two, they hate each other.
Yeah.
They may not hate each other. I mean, this dude, once Conor got the number 1 contender, he hopped out of the ring, went straight to Aldo and said, I'm coming for you.
Oh, shit.
And, I mean, it was just... I know the fight before, we have Cain Velasquez versus Wenderman. God, now I can't say names. Farispio, which is for the heavyweight title. Farispio has an interim belt because Cain has been out, so that should be, heavyweights, man, in UFC, they go at it.
Yeah.
And some of them can wrestle, too, so it's really cool to see. But this Aldo-McGregor fight is going to be, I think, will be the best fight all year that we see.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I don't see this fight going to decision. These two are going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Someone will die from this fight.
So another one that's getting a lot of shit talk going on is the Ronda Rousey fight.
You know what? I just read into it today. I didn't really hear about it, but I heard that she told Ronda to go kill herself or something.
Yeah, exactly. So what's her name? Bethy Correa or something like that?
Yeah.
Basically told Ronda Rousey, said, please don't kill yourself after I win at UFC 190.
And Ronda took that personally, and I don't know if she had a really personal issue with that, or something had happened to her actually before to why she took that personal. I'm gonna, I need to look it up. Of course, we're all here in the studio. So.
Yeah, maybe she had some depression or something like that here. But that seems to be like a pretty crazy fight. Oh, it looks like her father committed suicide.
Oh,
when she was 8 years old.
Oh, I don't think you go with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Rousey will win that fight in probably 30 seconds. She's already a mean and really great fighter, and you just want to piss her off. 30 seconds. You can write that down. I give it 30 seconds or less.
All right.
That she wins that fight.
I'm gonna put
Rousey, when this fight happens, will win that fight in 30 seconds or less. And it may be a knockout. She may kill the girl. She may kill this girl. This girl may get thrown out of the octagon.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's gonna go in there with. I mean, after that's just wrong to say shit like that.
I don't know if she knew it. You had to have known.
I mean, but to say it like that.
Yeah, there's no way you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know." You had to know. You had to do your research. I mean, you don't just say that without not knowing about someone's background.
Yeah.
And if she did know about it, it's one fucked up person.
Yeah, I mean, and she would have apologized, I guess, if she if she didn't know, she would be like, "Ooh, damn, I didn't mean to say that."
She didn't even apologize. She said, "Oh, I didn't mean to," but there's a special place in hell for people like that.
Let's see, what does he say? Yeah, well, they're basically fighting each other, just going back and forth like on Twitter and stuff like that. So it's probably something.
Oh, no chance for quarterback from Oklahoma State. Quarterback Dats Garman from Oklahoma State has transferred to Maryland. He had a pretty good year last year. Well, he had an okay year last year. He played 9 games, started 8. He threw for 2,041 yards, 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, completing 54% of his passes. He got ousted by a freshman because he got hurt for the final 3 games. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So he's there to compete with Caleb Rowe for the job for Maryland starting quarterbacks, and he's a graduate senior, which means he'll be there for 1 year, which means he'll probably be there for the year until all the recruits they got last year, the top, the number 5 quarterback in the nation. So that's some Maryland news.
Nice.
And I heard a lot of people told me that they really loved the Maryland talk we had last week.
Oh, good.
So we'll definitely have to, once Brad get back on, we'll do some more Maryland talk.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We're going to do a quick break real quick. On the other side, we're going to talk about some NFL OTA news and see what's going on in the NFL and how Adrian Peterson just went on Twitter rant today.
Sounds good. We'll be back. Hey, this is Paul from the Shipe Sports Talk podcast. Just wanted to let you know how you could listen to our podcast while you're on the go using an app called Stitcher. You can listen anytime, anywhere using the award-winning free Stitcher app. Best part is, when you stream our podcast or any of the other 20,000 available out there, there's no downloading, no syncing, or no wasted memory. It's on demand and on the go. So if you don't already have the Stitcher app on your iPhone, Android phone, or tablet, download it free today at Stitcher.com or from your app store. Add us to your favorites list, and every week when we put out our new episode, Stitcher will automatically update and have the latest episode of the Shipe Sports Talk podcast waiting for you. While you're there, it really helps us get our podcast noticed if you give us a nice review, rating, and thumbs up. We'll greatly appreciate it. Have a comment or question? Easy. Go to ShipeSportsTalk.com, click on the Contact Us tab, and there you'll be able to submit your questions or comments. We love hearing from you, so we'll be sure to thank you live on the air. You'll also find on ShipeSportsTalk.com the latest episodes, show notes, and other ways to find us on platforms like iTunes and YouTube. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Shipe Sports Talk Show. We're going to go ahead some OTAs, and we'll go some local news with the Washington Redskins, who yesterday released guard Chris Chester and also released veteran quarterback Tracy Porter. Tracy Porter is no big loss to the Redskins. He was injured all last year. He's old. He stinks, so there's no loss to that. Chester was a bit of a surprise because he started all 16 games last year, and then they wrapped them with the first team players, OTA, and then just released them. I don't know if it was a cap issue or what. Spencer Long, his backup, is supposed to take the starting job now, so that's pretty interesting. Deshaun Jackson was not in the first part of OTAs. He was at the Cavs game.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
As I interrupt you. What the hell does OTA stand for? What does it mean?
I think it's just, I don't know the exact term. I think it's just like activities they do beforehand, like no pads, nothing like that. Just doing drills, like 7-on-7, stuff like that.
Okay.
This is a sports show, and I don't even know what OT means it stands for. I just know what they are. God. This is horrible.
Does it just mean like they're
organized team activities? God, I feel stupid.
Okay. There we go.
Basically, you're not required to come. You're not going to get fined. It's just if you want to come, you can come.
Okay.
That's where like a lot of rookies will meet their veteran players, get used to them. Like Mariota's been up with his people. Yeah. So it's just an organized team. The coaches will be out there, but it's organized, but it's not training camp where you go full pads and stuff like that. It doesn't start until July. This is just short.
Like outside of the it's outside of the actual league, and it's like if
it's still part of the league. It's still called organization team activities, but you're not in pads. Like you're out there. They're out there wearing shorts, t-shirts. Fans I think can still come and watch in some places, but it's not really contact. They're not preparing for games. It's just getting used to the system. Like this is where for new coaches you would put in your playbook, get players to learn your playbook. Rookies, you get accustomed to your new surroundings, stuff like it's basically almost for new people in the system to get used to stuff. Okay, that's why for like Deshaun Jackson missing it, 10 the Cav games, no big deal. He's been there for a year. He knows what he needs to do. You have the same quarterback. You don't really need to get in touch with a new quarterback. So there's really no big deal. Anyone who complains, just shut up. He says Sean Jackson.
Yeah.
I heard someone on 106 like, well, maybe he can learn some new cut moves. Dude, he has plenty of cut moves. He has plenty of cut moves. He's still one of the best receivers in the league. He just needs someone who can throw him the ball.
Right.
Hopefully they can find that. Like D'Angelo Hall. I mean, he's come back from Achilles. It's a good chance for him to come in, maybe not work it out, but see how he's doing.
How he feels.
Yeah,
like
see team position, stuff like that. It's good for injury, but also it's bad for injuries because you can have a chance where you can get hurt or something like that.
Right.
Dante Fowler from Jacksonville was in the rookie camp, and he got hurt the first day, and he's out for the year.
Oh shit!
So it's also a chance where you could hurt yourself, but they don't force you, like to do anything big, make you, hurt yourself. It's just, nice team, almost team bonding activities.
Right. Okay.
So the Redskins released those 2 players. They said RG3 is looking pretty good. Look like he's progressing.
Oh,
but we hear
nice.
that every year. So
Yeah.
until I see it, and they're almost like last year. He was bad during the preseason. They're all like, oh, it's just preseason. He was very bad during the regular season.
Yeah. What is their have they made updates to their line and everything like that, their offensive line?
Yeah, they drafted the guy out of Iowa, Brandon
okay.
Schaefer, who's going to be opposite of Trent Williams. So hopefully, and they just released Chester and Chris Chester, and Stephen Long's now going to be on the line. So we'll see what happens this year. I think they've upgraded. Like I said, the new general manager's great. I mean, he brought in all these people, so we'll see what happens.
Cool.
I think they may have a better year. I hope so.
Yeah, so
I mean,
do I.
I'm not a Skins fan, but I just hope they do for the area. It won't make our show less gloomy from when Brad and Guillermo are on. Now on to my team a little bit with Marcus Mariota and the Titans. That's a big storyline. Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
1-2 plays. Finally, my team has some buzz for some good reason. They said his first practice was up and down. He had a few, he threw some interceptions, missed some throws, but he also did good. And it's funny. One of the Titans linebackers, Zach Brown, came out and said, "Man, Marcus is." He tweeted or said something like, "Marcus is faster than I thought," which means, when I was talking to Brad, means you try to catch him and he outran your ass.
Yeah.
That's what that means. That doesn't mean he's faster than I thought because I watched him. It means you couldn't catch him
Right.
and he outran you. You should just flat out say Marcus outran me, he's faster. But you're not going to admit that. But that's what that means.
Right.
But I mean, they're all talking about, is Mario going to start week 1 or Zach Menberger? Titans play Tampa Bay in week 1.
Uh-oh.
Tampa Bay drafted Jameis Winston. There's no way in hell the Titans don't put out Marcus Mariota, because they put out Mariota number 1 versus number 2. You're gonna get media attention.
Yeah.
If you start Zach Menberger,
Right.
It goes from maybe being here to just down here about Winston. So I don't think there's no way in hell that Mariota doesn't start that game.
Yeah.
There can't be a way he doesn't.
So Mettenberger, is that his name? Mettenberger?
Mettenberger.
Mettenberger. Is he I've never heard of this guy before. Is he how long has he been in the league?
This is
for?
his second year. They drafted him last year. He was projected like maybe a 3rd, 4th round. He slipped because he tore his ACL in like his last second last game in college.
Oh, that sucks.
He was a great quarterback in LSU. I mean, he had his main wide receiver target was Beckham, Odell Beckham, who we all saw.
Yeah.
He
did good for you guys.
Yeah, for me,
Well,
guys.
not for you, for
the Giants.
For
Guillermo in fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy.
Well, I had him on my team, and my dummy traded him to my cousin. I needed my one lead where we had the belt. I needed a running back, and he had Eddie Lacy, and I'm like, all right, Beckham, he's a rookie. Give me Reuben Randall. It's a fair trade. It's just flip flop. God, did I get the bad end on that? I should have just kept Reuben Randall and Odell out of the. I probably would have won my lead if I kept Beckham.
Yeah,
I would have won my lead. So, but it's just one of those things that happen. Sometimes I always try to draft. We'll get in the fantasy show later, but I always try to draft one rookie every year because there's always that one rookie that just sparks up out of nowhere and just does great.
Crazy.
I mean, and I've always hit on them. 2 years ago, Eddie Lacy's first year in the league, I drafted him. He got concussion, but after that, he went rolling.
Right.
I drafted Julio Jones his first year in the league. He went rolling. I picked up Marcus Colston, who was a 6th round pick. He went rolling. So
nice.
I'm having a good roll of drafting rookies. Doug Martin's rookie year, I always try to draft a rookie, so I shouldn't have told you that. Now you're going to look for rookies in this draft.
That's right.
Because I do a lead with you.
It's absolutely what's going to happen.
But I always tell people who I do fantasy with, they're all like, "Why'd you draft a rookie?" Well, because I'm a couple years in a row now. I'm hitting on rookies. I'm hitting on them.
It's been working for you.
Yeah,
Stick with it.
Yep. And I always try to do it at least once a year.
Nice.
But they said Mettenberger. They're saying Mariota's looking good. He's looking like he has to switch from card signals to voice signals because at Oregon, They used cards to call out plays. If you see the Eagles, Chip Kelly used to coach Oregon. They throw up cards instead of yelling it to the player.
So like colored cards or whatever?
Yeah, stuff on the card, stuff like that. So they're going to have to get used to that again. And they say he's doing a good job translating. They said he's very quiet. He's very quiet, but they're saying his huddled presence is really good. So we'll see how he develops. Winston, they said, is developing pretty good, better than what some people probably thought he was going to do. So, I mean, it's shaping up to be a great NFL season. A lot of good rookies. Man, I love rookies. I love to see who's going to be a bust and who's going to be a daunt.
Right. Well, so I thought that they actually sent in the play like through the radio in their helmets.
They do, but certain offenses won't do that. They'll do the cards. Or I think only Chip Kelly does that because he feels like it throws off defenses or some stupid crap, or he doesn't have to worry about anyone.
Like not listening, not hearing or something
misreading his lips or something.
Okay.
So, I mean, but mostly it's through the headset. And then sometimes if your headset doesn't work, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like defenses, they get their stuff through the headset. So, but I mean, that's mostly what it is.
Okay.
But I mean, you got all these other, and then they're like showing rookie battles with veterans on who may be taking over. Like obviously Winston and Mariota should win theirs. Most of your top 10 picks are going to win their starting jobs, and hopefully a lot of the first rounders will. But the second and third rounders are the ones that are going to be fighting for starting time, playing time, and then you got the fifth, sixth, and seventh rounders who aren't really guaranteed roster spots.
Yeah,
most of them will stay on, but most of them are fighting for their career.
Yeah,
but you see a lot of rookies who are drafted sixth, seventh round who will get cut or release or undrafted free agents, and other teams will notice them during training camp or watching our preseason games, and they'll pick them up off waiver wire to be on their practice squad, which means you're not on the full roster, but you can practice with the team, and that's how you develop. Because sometimes if someone gets hurt, you can get promoted from the practice squad to the actual roster itself.
So are they getting paid, those guys?
Practice squad, yeah, they still get paid. I think they get like league minimum or something like that. I mean,
that's still pretty ridiculous. I think
it's not six figures. There's maybe 50 or 70,000.
No, I think it's
no.
I thought minimum wage for NFL rosters like $250,000 or something like that.
Are you sure? I thought
I could be wrong, but
you're right. You're right. No, this is for the teams have offered up to fit. No, this is for the actual roster for 53 is 420,000. But for practice squad people, I think it's not that high. I'm gonna look it up right now for you people. Here you go. Salaries.
That would be. I mean.
Yeah. Well, see, they get per week stuff like 88,000 per season or 5,200 per week for some. So they don't get as much, but 88,000 is still more than I would make to play football.
Yeah.
For only 16 weeks.
That's not bad at all.
But they don't get. They don't get six figures, and that's why if you're on a practice squad, you better know how to manage money.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's shaping up to be a pretty good NFL season. I'm excited. When you start hearing about OTAs, I mean, the draft is like, all right, we're almost there. But when you get to OTAs, you're like, we're gearing up. We're only a couple months away from training camp.
Yeah, man.
Also, the Houston Texans have been selected to be on Hard Knocks this week.
Okay.
Or this week. Hard Knocks for the season, which means the camera will follow them around HBO. That's all the cursing coaches do. It's pretty interesting to watch what goes on in the locker room and how they cut players. I don't know if it's mostly for cameras what they do. I hope it's not. But I love stuff like this. I love being able to see what goes on in locker rooms and everything.
On the inside, yeah.
I wish more sports did that. I know baseball did something like that and it wasn't as good.
Okay.
I'd love to see like a baseball version maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I know hockey does it during the Winter Classic. They'll go around each team. It's pretty interesting. NBA, I don't think they really have anything like that.
I haven't heard of it.
But the NFL is really interesting because those coaches get intense. And the best coach to watch is Rex Ryan. That dude's a hothead. He goes off.
I bet.
He goes off.
Yeah, those have been pretty successful, those shows. Isn't there one like 30 on 30 or something like that?
30 for 30? Yeah, like the ESPN show where they show different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's pretty interesting. I like little specials like that.
Mm-hmm.
Another quick thing I wanted. Another thing I wanted to talk about was with Brad, but he's not here, is the Wizards and what kind of player they would need for next year. We're not going to go into who they should get, but more of what they should get. And you have players out there that are called stretch fours, which is a power forward that can also potentially play like a shooting forward where they're tall in size, like 6'10" and above, but they can maybe knock down a three here and there, shoot perimeter shot. And I think that's what killed him this year was Gortat. He's a center and he's your main guy. Dene, he's getting old, and he really can't shoot the perimeter shot anymore. I mean, he may get it if he's wide open, but most of the time he's going to miss. So, they're talking about on the radio, maybe Kevin Love, giving him a 1-year deal and then, pushing all your chips in for Kevin Durant. And that's what originally a lot of these fans want, is push all your chips in for Kevin Durant. And I think the Wizards have something good now. I'd rather them go for a stretch 4 now, push all your chips in now for a stretch 4. Then you have Beal, Wall, you'll have that stretch 4 and go taut, and I think you'll be set, and you have Otto Porter shooting 4. If you go get, Durant next year, all this time you spend on Otto Porter is just, he's out the drain. He'll be a 6th man, which I think he can really develop into a starter.
Right.
There's rumors Paul Pierce may leave this year, which I hope are false. I love what Paul Pierce did. If he comes back next year, I think you put Otto Porter on his hip, and you don't tell him, don't leave his side. Learn everything you can, because next year you're going to be the guy.
Yeah.
So I personally think they should put all their chips in on stretch 4 this year. Maybe like a Kevin Love, Paul Millsap, LaMarcus Aldridge, someone that will help you get to that next level. You have to be sure this player will get you to the finals. If you're not sure, if you're like, well, maybe the conference finals this year. No. If you're going to spend money on player, you have to say, we get this guy, he's taking us to the finals. So that's what they need to be sure about this year, and I hope it happens.
Well, what's the chances of Kevin Durant actually coming here? I mean, that's a lot
30-70.
Yeah, okay.
30% that he does.
Okay.
I think he likes Oklahoma City. And they did a documentary about him, and he said, he went through his old neighborhood, and he's like, yeah, this just isn't a good neighborhood anymore. That gym was my life, is where I stay out of trouble. It's almost like, well, God, you're basically saying the city sucks in just a nice way.
Right.
So thank you. So I really don't think, I know he knows the city's behind him and that they would love him, but I just think he likes Oklahoma City. He's got a nice, he's got his house there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, well, come here as your home. They've developed a home where they're at now. I mean, that's where they're, if they got kids or a wife, that's where they're all at. And
how long has he been? He's been there for his...
4 or 5 years now. I'm probably wrong, but he's got his house there, family there, and then your fans are like, well, come home. You're almost basically telling someone to pack up their stuff and just go, let's go. And it's like, it's not easy on a player to want to do that. You don't want to have to move your family around from city to city. You want to be comfortable in one spot.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of NFL players, not a lot of them move, as they may have family here, a lot of stuff. And you see them, Brett Favre didn't move towards the end of his career because he just didn't want to retire.
Yeah.
But you see Brady hasn't moved. Manning moved because he was almost forced to.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of players in the NFL, a lot of franchise players haven't moved, and I think it's because it's more as they want to stay there themselves, but I think they also take their family consideration.
Oh yeah, that's huge, and they'll just travel or be where they need to be for the season and then go back home. But I don't know. I was hearing a bunch of stuff today on the radio also saying that it's probably a long shot that Kevin Durant would actually.
Listen, the fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love that show.
Yeah.
But all right, everyone. I think that may cut a little bit short this week. We're a little one-man show. We can only do so much with me and Paul. Next week will be our 20th episode show, so you're definitely gonna have to tune into that. Hopefully Brad will be back, Guillermo will be back, the coach will be back. We're gonna try to get some special guests on the show. I'm working on it right now. If it may not happen, it's nothing big, everyone. I know I'm not getting no Matt Williams or Jay Gruden, but it's going to be...
We're going to get maybe get to the...
Gates for high school coach, maybe get on here.
A championship coach, that's all you got to say.
High school championship coach. Try to get him on here. We're going to talk some more baseball talk like always. I mean, we're in the season. Talk some more football, when Brad gets in here. Maybe get some more basketball talk, what we normally talk about. Get the band back together for the 20th episode. It's going to be a monumental episode, so...
It will. Absolutely.
So, Paul, take it away.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, so you can, let's see, catch us on at our website, www.shipesportstalk.com, where you can download all our past episodes. You can find links to the Stitcher, podcast and the iTunes podcast. You can subscribe from there. You can send us emails at shipesportstalk@gmail.com and tweet us at shipesports Shipe Sports Talk. That's right. That's pretty much everything, man. And
we would love to hear from you guys. I know you guys download the podcast. We got the numbers.
Yeah.
So please tweet us, look us up on Facebook. Tell us what you want to hear.
Right.
If you want to maybe chime in or something, let us know. Maybe we can try to get you on the show. We're trying to work on getting a Shipe Sports Talk hotline going. So,
right.
Maybe we can get some fan call-ins. Maybe get some professional level in the studio here.
So-
but seriously, let us know if you want to try to chime in on something. You can join us in the chat on Facebook, Twitter. Let us know. Let us know what you want to hear on this show. We're doing this not only for us as entertainment, but for the fans themselves.
Yeah. So if you're watching or you're listening on your podcast device, do us a favor. Just give us a rating and a comment, or give us a like on YouTube or on our Stitcher page and our iTunes page. It actually helps us a lot. So as soon as we're done here, do us a favor and shoot us an email. Give us a rating. Give us a comment. Like the YouTube channel. That would help us out tremendously. So, yeah.
And also on my Facebook page, I put the question today is, who is your top 5 athletes in DC? And I'm going to talk about this next week, but I'm going to go ahead and give you all something to think about. My top 5 is going to be number 1, Bryce Harper. Number 1 is John Wall. Huh?
Nothing.
No, number 1 is John Wall. Number 2, Harper. 3, Ovi. 4, Ryan Kerrigan. And 5 is Brandon Holtby. So you all can think about that and add on.
Perfect. No, that's it.
What?
That's it. Oh, you mean my 5?
No, I'm just saying. What were you saying? That was it?
No, that's it.
That's it? All right, everyone. Well, have a great day, and we'll see you all next week for the 20th episode.
Yeah, we're out of here. See ya.